The start of baseball season, the smell of fresh cut grass, the sun on your face. And when you're in Little League, you get your new uniforms, your brand new hats, your beautifully just crisped jersey t-shirt combo. They gave it to us on picture day because they didn't want us to mess it up. But smart on their part. But I loved Jersey Day. And when you're in Little League in the late 90s, early 2000s, those logos were fire. So let's do top 5 early 2000s MLB logos. Vibrant colors, unique takes on retro logos, fun new fonts and color schemes, insane looking mascots. Teams really went for it in the turn of the new century, and I was here for every bit of it. I loved, as a kid, redesigning logos and jerseys, and Major League Baseball was already doing that for me. It was amazing. We get a bunch of new teams trying to define themselves. We get a bunch of old teams having fun with new logos and just really caught them in some fun phases, and sadly, we got a team that is no longer with us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the countdown. Honorable mention, it is the Houston Astros. Back then, they were still in the National League. They had just changed over for the new star, where it was like 4/5 of a star. It just didn't have that last little bit. Looked really good on a helmet. And they had just made the change in the early 2000s from being navy and gold to playing with like a red navy color scheme. It made for some beautiful pinstripes and it's just some awesome looking logos and uniforms. At number 5, it's the San Diego Padres. I do appreciate what they're doing with the brown and the yellow nowadays, but back before then they had this really cool navy orange color scheme going. It was awesome. Super clean pinstripes. Makes me feel like Tony Gwynn's still calling his shots when I see this logo or uniform scheme. You see the old San Diego Baseball Club. Makes me feel like Trevor Hoffman's still throwing gas. It just screamed early 2000s. You know, while a lot of teams were over the top, they kept it simplistic and just classic, really. Which you don't get to say for the early 2000s a lot. Classic. Number 4, it's the Florida Marlins. I know Miami and those vibrant colors are not, but no thank you. The simple turquoise and black was just a great choice here. It had the Marlin coming up through the middle of the logo. It screams Pudge and the boys winning the 2003 World Series is what it does for me. And plus the new logos just scream, hey, are you a good player? Because we're going to probably trade you to the Yankees. At number 3, it is the Montreal Expos. RIP. Look, no one is happy that the Nationals are here, I guess, unless you're a resident of DC. But the Montreal Expos is one of the best logos in all of baseball. And in the early 2000s, we didn't know how little time we had left with them. 2004 hit us like a ton of bricks when they were like, the year before they were like splitting time in like Puerto Rico or so, I don't know. The end was near and we just didn't know it was going to be pulled that soon. And now we got the Washington Nationals, and all that did was start my hatred of Bryce Harper. I am happy Strasburg got a championship though. He deserved it. Number 2 on our countdown, the Arizona Diamondbacks. That all-black hat with the gold D snake. Oh, man. I wore that hat till I couldn't wear that hat anymore. I wore that hat slap out, as they say. They really hit the ground running with just the turquoise, the black, the purple. It was amazing. An impeccable color scheme, if you will. The pinstripes, the solid colors, they pulled off a vest. Not many teams can pull off a vest. No wonder they won the 2002 World Series. I mean, I know they had Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson, but it was definitely the logos that powered them through for the win. And number 1 on our countdown, my favorite logo color scheme of the early 2000s in all of Major League Baseball, the Anaheim Angels. They were renamed the Anaheim Angels once the ownership of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks took over in 1997. Yes, there was a failed TV deal in there, but hey, we're not talking about that. It really made them pay attention to the product. It really made them put some effort into the Angels that we hadn't seen when they were the California Angels. They renovated the stadiums. We got new colors and logos. That beautiful baby blue came to the forefront with the angel wings. I love this logo. It led to an 2002 World Series championship, so they were doing something right. I really wanted Jim Edmonds to be a part of that because this logo screams Jim Edmonds, Troy Gloss, but Jim Edmonds sadly left before the turn of the century. And then in '05, they became the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and all the luster and pizzazz was gone. But we'll always remember that short, sweet time where they had the beautiful navy, Carolina blue, red color scheme. They, too, could pull off a vest. It was a great time to be alive and be a baseball fan. So that is my top 5 early 2000s Major League Baseball logos. Let me know in the comments which team really spoke to you. You know, was it a classic Oakland Athletics? You know, that's timeless, really. Was it the Pirates? You know, they were experimenting with some stuff. They tried a vest. Let me know what logo was your favorite in that time period.